Dembele. Dembele. Kan suka gitu, ganti channel dia. Dona rumah. Iklan ye.
UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Coming in the Champions League. Well, Bacola misses out. 19-year-old Desiree Doué keeping his place. Istvan Kovac from Romania completes the full set of UEFA Men's Finals by taking charge in Munich. Taking charge of the Europa League final in 2024 and also the Conference League final in 2022. Roma's win over Feyenoord. Inter in their third strip this evening. We're in the yellow. Inter have lost just one of their 14 games and they won through after extra time 7-6 on aggregate in their thrilling semi-final against Barcelona. Jan Sommer's made more saves than anybody at Thibaut Courtois of Real Madrid this season. Benjamin Pavard replaces Jan Bisek alongside 37-year-old Francesco Acerbi. Lautaro Martinez has got over the thigh injury which saw him substituted in both legs of the semi-final. 7 of this team started the 2023 final defeat by Manchester City. A 37-year-old at the back, and Inter, the oldest team in this season's competition. Tonight's average age, 30 years and 242 days. constant anticipation before this Champions League final of 2025. And we should expect a fast start given what both these teams did in the first leg of their semi-finals. PSG defeating Arsenal, Dembele scoring after just 4 minutes, and Inter in front after just 30 seconds at the count now.
Well, this is just set to be one of the most exciting Champions League finals we've had for many years. We know that they can be tight, nervy affairs, but I think we're yet to see this Paris Saint-Germain team in that kind of a game. So I'm expecting it to be a really good watch.
Here's Thuram. Strong run by Marcus Thuram. Successful against Arsenal in the semi-final after winning against Premier League opposition Aston Villa in the quarter-final, and also in the round of 16 a penalty shootout success against Liverpool, the 1-1 aggregate scoreline. Shouldn't be necessary, we will have extra time and maybe a penalty shootout at the end of tonight's final.
Malah restart lagi baterainya
The
cocok.
19-year-old referred to Bradley back home. Given away by Varela. Gray again. Mr. Uncovered, so if he steps in.
Penalise this flailing arm there. Catches Çalhanoğlu in the face doing. Situation developing as well.
Sweeping all before them in France, as they do on so many occasions. Into missing out on the title in Serie A. Stumbled at the final hurdle. The last-minute penalty in the penultimate round against Lazio. Immediately put under pressure. First to put the ball out of play.
Ini acak-acakan.
Which has given Paris some encouragement.
It's a feature of the new Paris Saint-Germain, isn't it? That high-intensity press. They deliver and makes life very, very difficult for opponents.
Coutinho, the Portuguese international. Marquinhos.
Caranya di mana berarti kita?
He loses out. Concedes the free kick.
See the game plan, can't you, from Inter Milan? Once they win the ball, they're going to look to spring as quickly as they can, try and catch PSG, maybe a little bit out of shape.
Pavard hasn't played since the end of April because of an ankle problem. Martinez with the interception this time.
Look who he got ahead of there. That's Benjamin Pavard, the right side central defender, playing at the minute. It's the left-sided forward, and that's some of the problems that Inter can cause opponents. That rotation, very comfortable doing that.
As you say, John, two very different styles. So much pace up front for Paris.
Mana sih?
Inter
Mau
to
deh.
sit back. to absorb whatever Paris can throw at them. Kvaratskhelia, who joined Paris in January from Napoli, has got the potential of being a champion in 2 countries and maybe even a Champions League winner. Internationals got a terrific goal against Arsenal in the semi-final. Dre on his way. That was a foul. Dre pushed over. It's a decision which has baffled Bastoni.
Yeah, it's understandable, really. He's complaining. Very, very minimal contact. Some of the Inter-supporters' reaction to that. It's just a little tap there. I mean, there is a little shove. Always a risk.
Simon's out there pacing up and down on the edge of his technical area. Tecgear over this free kick. Plenty of movement inside the Inter penalty area. Still hasn't been cleared. Helped away by Ajazz. Tecgear again. Akinos rising highest.
Really testing deliveries to that danger area for Inter. I kind of thought if anybody was going to test the other team from set pieces, it may have been Inter testing PSG.
That's done. One back by the energetic Doué. Tecgear very much at the centre of things in midfield for Paris. Fabi Ruiz. Helped on again by Doué. Tecgear was such an important job for PSG in the centre of midfield. Riding the challenge of Varela. Fabi Ruiz.
Just feel a little bit of momentum building, can't you?
Comfortable for Samba, but an indication again of was experienced. The age of over 30 for this final. Experience of playing in the final just 2 years ago, where they were close to snatching a late equaliser in the closing stages against Manchester City in Istanbul.
Siapa kemasukan nih?
It's been a revelation this season. Another attempt on target and another comfortable save for Solomon.
I think he's going to be a little bit disappointed. Hits this straight at Jan Sommer. It's comfortable again for the goalkeeper. They're just not looking after the ball into when they have it, which hasn't been much in these opening exchanges, it has to be said.
Ruiz, Tecgear, it's a delightful pass, here's Douay, and it's been bundled in. Hakimi ensures that PSG have made the early breakthrough.
Nice game, bro.
It's his fourth goal in this season's Champions League, and the former Interman has now put PSG in front.
Well, it's okay, trying to sit back and soak up the pressure, but PSG look really at it, they look really sharp, and this is the third attempt, but it's that pass there between the lines, which is absolutely split Inter's back line open, and it's a simple pass, isn't it? Once Douay gets his head up, Hakimi free as a bird in the middle, and it's a familiar sight. That kind of goal they have been scoring all season long.
The frustration obvious on the face of Simone Inzaghi. Inter with one of the meanest defences in this season's Champions League. Are behind already. 12 minutes played.
It was tough, wasn't it, really?
Hakimi.
Those opening 10, 12 minutes. They did not look after the ball. They didn't keep possession. They allowed wave after wave of PSG attack and ultimately paid the price.
Oh, pernah di Inter dia. Padahal nggak selebrasi. Pernah di Inter.
Starting all their fixtures along with Acer, the Ecuadorian at the centre of defence. They're not able to get beyond the marker this time. Fullback or wingback who like Hakimi likes to get forward, but so far none of them free the marker been able to do that. For Inter.
Well, they've been dominated, and that is going to have to change because the pattern of this game for Inter cannot continue. Otherwise, this final will very quickly slip away from them.
Ini samping ini. Samping.
We know that Inter can win doing it the hard way, as they showed in the semi-final against Barcelona. Champions League game for the ages, given what happened in that. Trailed after 87 minutes of the second leg, and still managed to win through after extra time. Which is the rate of the change in format of the Champions League this season. More teams, more games, more jeopardy as well, given that PSG so nearly went out
lagi kah?
This is all coming from the intensity Paris Saint-Germain are bringing to this match. Struggle out there for those Inter players. Get down below, and Simone Inzaghi's trying to get instruction onto his team. Got to find a way of taking the sting and taking the momentum away from PSG here.
Nuno Mendes.
He's holding his head. It's just a flailing arm from Denzel Dumfries. I don't think there's any intent at all, but here's the goal again. And watch the movement there from Doué in behind the Inter defence. They didn't know he made the run, and he gets his head up, spots Hakimi, and it's as easy as you like. And a great start once again. Spoke about the fast starts that they've been able to make in games this season.
Mentioned a very different Paris with Luis Enrique in charge. Mbappe into La Liga to join Real Madrid. Neymar and Leo Messi leaving before Mbappe. There's a freshness and an energy about the team assembled now by Luis Enrique. Janelle is the big summer signing, signed from Benfica.
It's a cock shot, isn't it? And I think the deflection plays an enormous part. This was probably coming straight for Jan Sommer, but the deflection takes it past the goalkeeper. And Inter already have a mountain to climb here.
Anjir.
Selalu kasihnya balero.
Turns 20 next week. Getting an early birthday present. Bring PSG
Soalnya bener tuh.
2-up.
Tadi soalnya kalau lagi menggunakan gua, lihat cowok.
The two goals that we've seen have been right out of the playbook, haven't they? We've seen them all season long. Inter
Gimana dapatnya?
kind of threat
Gua nggak beli minuman itu lagi.
Paris Saint-Germain pose.
Rasa-rasa lupa tuh nggak keingetan aja.
Just haven't been able to deal with it here.
Gak seru banget.
Comeback.
Emang ini goreng nih. Siapa goreng? Tadi ada yang nelfon tuh siapa ya?
Dua.
Oh iya. Kenapa?
Air.
PSG goalkeepers had nothing to do so far. They had the
RW-nya.
He's immediately placed to the pressure unnecessary.
Ini mie gorengnya apa?
It was all
Coba
good for
dulu
him,
deh.
you have to say.
Nasi goreng yang pedes yang disobek ya?
Lu pedes nggak, Beb?
Di petiau nih.
Gue pada
For him to score goals against Bayern Munich.
Ini petiau.
tangan aja.
Stuck on his goal line there. As a Cherby guy came
Nah,
Yeah, I was going to say a couple of goals against Bayern Munich, a couple of goals against Barcelona.
Dia jangan di ini.
I'm looking at that, I'm thinking he's going to be disappointed because he gets way above his marker. Just can't keep the ball down, that goes down as a chance for him.
kurang.
Itu sobek enggak?
37-year-old has got his first ever championship
Nih, ini
goal
sulit.
to make it
This
3-3 in the second leg of the semi-final against Barcelona. The third win in the second half stoppage time.
Nah, nasi. Mana? Ini apa? Itu bener.
Ian Sane and Zaga go back a long, long way, go back to their days together at Lazio when they reached the round of 16.
Mahal bro, semuanya. Yang nonton nggak ada. Boleh? Pip, geseran Pip. Makanya yang udah paling bener tuh Liverpool. Kucing muntah.
Nggak ada.
THA dibajak.
Memek.
Bukan anak outdoor.
Tapi ini
Tapi gantinya sih itu kan.
Weird.
Iya.
130 juta tapi.
2 years ago, he
Dilihat,
won the
dilihat.
Cup with Antwerp. Belgium to Germany to Eintracht Frankfurt. Now to PSG.
Motor lu ya?
Ya, jam segini.
Enak lah, pada nggak kelihatan kamera aja.
Confidence to take on DeMarco. Coutinho.
Jualnya lumayan.
Coutinho.
Sebenarnya nggak beli itu lebih gede tadi itu kan.
To drift.
Wah.
As is
Ada
Hakimi.
tutup aja. Enak nggak buat keluar?
Finding it really difficult to go with PSG.
Tapi yang abang-abang buru-buru ini. Terima kasih.
To cope with the movement when PSG have the ball, to cope with the press when PSG haven't got the ball.
Ini di mana, Pak?
Literally struggle.
Pak Kojan. Sebelah kiri. Oh, Madun.
Maju lagi kan ada ruang dua.
By Cherby.
Sebelah kiri.
Ya.
Seberangnya.
Oh,
Coutinho.
Bilang.
iya, iya.
Dembele.
Kalau itu doang.
Hakimi.
Lo kan beli yang lo nunggu pakai. Ini kan ada pakai.
Ini udah nggak enak. Nggak enak yang cetak nomor kan?
Lalu
Udah kanan, iya, kan?
Iya, kanan.
Jangan diperhatiin kadang muka sayap yang udah lama.
Javi Ruiz. It's not the goal that planned for Inter. Simone Inzaghi.
Gitu mulu.
Simply getting overrun. Those midfield
Oh,
three, Harel and Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan,
Tadi kita treble.
can't get anywhere near the ball. When they have it, they're under enormous pressure.
People again looking to torment. Javi Ruiz. Another one straight to Sommer. He's made more saves than any other goalkeeper in the Champions League this season now.
tadi kan gue udah
Positively happy down the side
di
to one of the wing
apa?
backs.
Setelah 97, gue sama emang habis
He's now
tes.
taken off his jacket.
Gue
You
udah
see there on the
mulai
edge of his technical area. I think more than a quiet word with DeMarco.
gue tanya, lo kantor berapa? 4.000. Gue udah pasin aja jadi cepet. Pas di tukang nasi goreng kurang goceng. Coba kalau tadi misalkan yang kembalian yang dia ngomong 4.000, gue bisa buat bayar nasi goreng. Tinggal ngamen aja di warung. Ada aja nasi.
Amin selalu.
Di sebenarnya dulu.
There ahead of Turan.
Jadi bukan deh ya.
Away by Hakimi. Varela. DeMarco.
Matang yang udah rapi-rapi.
Baru rapi-rapi.
For the first time, it was a little bit casual there. Hakimi it was that gave the ball away. You can see there, DeMarco makes his run too early. He's offside. The flag goes up. This is the goal again. This is the bit where you feel the strike. It's going straight in the direction of Jan Sommer. You would expect him to save it, but the deflection, absolutely massive.
Telling his teammates to keep their concentration. It's not over yet. Succeeded Thiago Silva. Skipper after PSG lost the final in the COVID season 2020.
Jadi koreografi si PS itu udah jalan.
Enggak, kemarinnya Konati.
Mulai udah nian. Baris. Nggak ada beneran.
Freeze. Here's Pavard. He's managed to get him behind him. Was trying to pick out the pass for Martinez.
Kita bisa
Tuh, telat berapa menit tuh?
Took 2 or 3 minutes here.
Ini udah bugar kan 24.
Vincent.
Kenapa tuh?
kalian tuh gini, sirkulasi udaranya kurang. Soalnya kayak gitu kan.
Iya.
Nggak ada. Jadi masuk berbis.
The rest of this season, particularly big games.
Iya,
Big
yang lain
line.
kayak Acer.
City rivals Milan, they let a 2-goal lead slip against Juventus. They drew 4-4 in that one, as we touched on already. Last-minute penalty in the penalty round, a 2-2 draw with Lazio, leaving them behind Napoli at the end of the campaign.
Kalau Sensi mah kebijakan drivingnya prosesnya
Justice
10.
Hakimi.
Langsung bro, ini kalau di presensi langsung jadi Oliver Kahn.
He's got back to
Apa
it
sih?
eventually.
Dia
There's a feeling of shock in the stadium, isn't there, really? I think French supporters are really enjoying it, but I think even they're surprised with the dominance that their team have been able to exert here.
Dalam manfaatnya jauh banget. Penggantinya pun kayak bisa
He's
nyumbang
making his
gitu.
move.
Kayak jomplang banget. Buatnya kan jomplang banget ya. Kalau pemain intinya digantiin.
Nacho.
Looking very isolated, aren't they? Marcus Thuram, Tauro, Martinez.
Yang mainnya mirip Neymar.
Real service, no quality into them, no chances.
Fabian Ruiz. PSG spring forward quickly again. Vitinha.
Dembele. Dembele bukan sih? Di buff anjing.
Taking on DeMarco.
Apa Dembele?
Ya, ini apa? Bakti.
Kamu sama Jepang.
Kewong anjing.
Shake of the head. Federico DeMarco.
Santoy.
Low, doesn't it?
Pak, dulu.
Kalau
While the game's 2, if they could get the next goal in
makan
this
lagi.
game,
Kata mau dia.
all of a sudden the dynamic may change.
Kata mau dia. Bukan berasa bawang. Jagung. Main bawang doain gua. Enggak banyak main aja tadi gua udah naik.
Makanya
Ryan Nuno Mendes.
kan biasa kacangginan hijau. Warna biru diambil.
Ini biasa kan di TikTok ada yang bikin konten.
Udah lagunya
Kita lagu dari sini. Ini bang, bukan harus kotik kan? Lagu aja dah. Lagu apa nih kira-kira? Skin. Kayaknya.
Next one. Good play by Dumfries.
Nah. Abang, ayo.
Italian.
Paling enak begitu.
Strong side of Turan.
sampai kapan pun kalau begitu.
Nice idea, though.
Siap.
Soalnya nggak ada di final.
Siap. Jauh dari final jauh.
Lagu apa nih?
This is possible pass from Nuno Mendes.
Lagu Oreo.
Playlistnya anjing.
Kept in play by Dembele.
Koreo.
Terus.
This is the big prize that Paris have strived for years to try and win.
Kemudian. Mispel.
Bapak nyesel parah deh.
Beda ini Pak. Gue nggak
He's
berhasil.
the Champions League winning coach, having enjoyed success with Barcelona, final played against Juventus in Berlin.
Kalau Ibra mantan yang mana?
Turan,
Ayo, ya. Kenapa itu?
Agak pernah selebrasi.
Padahal dia
Nonton ya tadi.
beneran banget.
Ngomongnya
this has gone forward and stayed forward.
Masuk.
China
Anjir.
Kan kah?
Their only attempt has come from the corner.
Bagus kurang.
Cherby. 36
Ya.
minutes in.
Tim Italia punya dark medic ya kan. Golin lambat.
Now is a good time.
Jadi masih ada kesempatan. Jangan nunggu.
Dumfries looking to make his
Masuk.
presence felt.
Anjir.
Header from Turan is thudded wide. It was a chance.
Main tuh buat bus bawa pertama kalau gua
Two chances from two corners.
benar-benar
Two chances that
nggak jauh-jauh.
have got a begging. Two chances that both players, Cherby and now Duran, probably have expected to do a little bit better with.
Players having to take a breather, happy to take on some fluids.
buat orang enggak?
Samaria Gonzaga happy to pass on a few
Malahnya
instructions.
mana?
As the
Ini udah,
throw in
Bang.
yellow come to the
Udah,
near side
bisa.
touchline.
Nih, sampai gua.
Sepi having his say as well.
Kayaknya kudu diinstal ulang loh.
Dasar pabrik.
Play up to the two fans we just saw there trying to manage their team on.
the walls again, but back on his feet.
Agar.
His problems with injuries in the past. He was held by a hamstring problem a couple of years back now. Dislodged Lucas Hernandez in that left-sided defensive position.
HP-nya saya bisa. Jaringannya belum ya? Jatuh Pak? Hah? Jatuh Mas? Yes, jatuh mah udah berapa kali? Jaringan belum ya? Iya. Nggak tahu udah kalau itu ya.
Kalau itu ya. Karena HP jaringannya bisa.
How they want to play.
Oh, dan lepas jaringannya gitu. Itu kan OTP
Copot.
pertama. Emang
Ini kemarin bisa cepet.
Kencang aja. Kadang perempuannya sekarang mana? Terus kayak error gitu. Biasanya enggak. Kalau di Telegram aja kagak bisa aja seminggu.
Gara-gara OTP-nya nggak masuk-masuk.
Iya. Aduh. Ini anjir. Nah. Masuk lo.
Freeze available, here he is.
ini diangkat.
Martinez has made a darting run.
Dapat syuting.
Kontaknya.
Oh iya.
To keep it in play. Dumfries.
Bola anjir.
Lambat apa?
Lambat banget. Kira bola belok kali ya.
Getting the ball down the sides, getting crosses in at least. Asking those PSG defenders to do some defending.
Yes. Dan dia nih. Kamu enggak.
Dia dari mana sih?
Kvaratskhelia. Held up here
Lowe.
by Denzel Dumfries.
Lu ada
Dembele.
botnya?
Enggak maksudnya.
Enggak ada.
Hakimi.
Negara Prancis. Prancis.
Sebenarnya Prancis sih kalau berarti spot yang sekarang Prancis. Ketika dari original Dembele Prancis. Tapi dari mana?
Marquinhos.
Kvaratskhelia. Now in a central
Nomor
position.
kan Inter.
Hakimi.
Oh ya, nomor Inter ya?
Iya ya.
Donnarumma Italia. Udah itu nih Donnarumma lawan ya kan?
Iya.
He was striding forward.
Tuh. Pasti emang gitu sih. Apa si Inter memang gini. Lagi ketinggalan mungkin. Pada apa aja? Pada yang mau
So
megang
good
bola.
till that moment. It's almost like they realised they were just allowing Inter to get slow.
Hokian dapat bola
In
mati.
terms of momentum, decided to keep the ball for a couple of minutes there.
Attack the ball away. Expelled by Munich, the Swiss international goalkeeper.
Positif.
Semuanya gua ada.
Enggak,
Enggak semuanya ya.
Ya udah semuanya ada.
Semua.
Tuh, semuanya katanya.
Lu. Si Acer 30. Si dia
At this
30.
stage, just a couple of minutes.
Kembalinya tinggal bayar kembali doang.
Bit of some stoppage time given the
Lu
head
masih
injury
kerja
to Nuno
20.
Mendes.
20. 30.
It's all about managing the game, managing the time.
Kan
Sections, the next part to be reached is half time with a 2-goal cushion.
yang gocap kan susah gocap cari.
Rethink and regroup.
Karena kita selagi aja. Dia mau ngasih kita
Or even
simply wasn't seen by DeMarco.
Susah.
A huge let-off for Inter.
Enggak. Aja istirahat aja.
Well, in the game,
Cowok
behind
Komentar
DeMarco,
kemarin.
got his bearings horribly wrong.
Posting in at the far post.
MC.
Marco. A
Master
little swing. That might have been the
MC.
thing that put Dembele off.
gambar dulu.
Nah,
Hakimi.
Teo.
Switched on there.
Teo.
Martinez. Now holding off Marquinhos.
Tapi kok nggak ngeliatin line up?
Teo kan Acehnya.
dia kan Jermin.
Apa nggak? Hah?
Lukas nggak bakal main.
That was risky. Anticipated by Hakimi.
Just not expecting that the right back of a back four would be all the way over there, closing him down. See, information required from teammates.
Ini kayaknya di-update ini si skornya lebih turun.
Iya, skornya iya.
Ratingnya. Papa udah main itu Papa.
2 additional minutes at the end of the first half.
Gitu.
Turn end to end.
Pelan banget.
It's a stretch for Son.
Left a few of his teammates a little bit disappointed. That's why he's holding his hands up, because he had runners either side. A little bit selfish. That's what he's trying to do, but never really got in trouble. Jan Sommer.
Reason interception.
Udah mana libur ya?
Hakimi.
Hari ini
Mana ada minggu dia libur.
nggak ada kadang
Dembele.
kayak waktu apa yang mau gua ke sini tuh ya.
Mau nggak sih? Liburnya beda-beda.
Kayaknya bener sih.
Passing recently of Ernesto Pellegrini, a former president of the club.
Awal minggu udah pasti.
Tuh. Kanan. Mungkin. Monster jatuh, monster.
Let's have the ball. They're going to keep the ball.
Siapa sih?
Somewhat tough for a break.
Kenapa kok monster?
Stop. In Munich. Zaga was under the collar early on into conceding 2 early goals.
Gila.
Twisting and turning.
Oh.
And getting in the shot, which has got behind for a corner. Sommer again wrong-footed.
Yeah.
Ini satu
He's
gol
been
lagi sih.
brilliant since he's arrived at the football club. This close control and skill bamboozles defenders.
Jadi kayak tahun 5 ya.
PSG going to have time to take this corner.
Libur ini gimana ya?
It's ticking.
Libur ini gimana ya? Itu daun meja. Mejanya beda.
Let's move to extra minutes. We're going to have a few seconds more.
Mau ke tukang kayu aja. Ini ganti atas.
Dembele with a corner kick. Flashed over the top of the crossbar by Kvaratskhelia. He knows that was a
Bacanya
chance.
apa? Tepet-tepet kenapa aja?
It is the final action of the first half, which PSG have dominated. They scored 2 goals. They could easily have a third just before the break.
Coba nih ada.
UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Ini udah.
Nama panjangnya.
Tadi yang menit berapa sih?
Bisa.
Half time in
Tadi apa menit berapa ya?
Paris Saint-Germain 2, Inter Milan 0.
Bolanya.
4 minggu.
The
waktu itu bisa di-pause.
Iya, biar gue pause ntar.
Dari 45 terus kan.
Belajar memaknai setiap perjalanan.
Makan
Bukan
vape,
rasa
makan vape.
super yang baru. Ini kreteknya super. Super espresso.
Mau dapat voucher belanja 25 juta tiap bulan? Sekarang ada Shopee VIP. Buka aplikasi Shopee dan mulai langganan Shopee VIP.
Paham, udah katanya kayak gini, wah.
Instan tanpa batas dan diskon 20% setiap hari.
Instan bisa
Hanya
COD.
di Shopee VIP.
Usahain drive.
Apa?
Baik instan bisa COD. Iya.
Oh iya, sebenarnya scam doang.
Mau dapat voucher belanja 25 juta tiap bulan? Sekarang ada Shopee VIP. Buka aplikasi Shopee dan mulai langganan Shopee VIP. Nikmati gratis ongkir instan tanpa batas dan diskon 20% setiap hari. Hanya di Shopee VIP.
Kalau kita butuh ya ini
Sehat itu banyak caranya.
Saya bisa pakai.
You can
Rapi
race,
suruh anterin ke rumah gua makanannya.
Tuh, Pep.
Anterin, Beb.
Vitality by AIA Vitality.
50.
Mau nggak?
Langsung jalan.
Skip. Skip Gi ada
Rumahnya
Gi.
di sini.
Skip Gi, katanya Gi, parah Gi.
Skip G. Padahal cuma 50.000 ya. 100.000 dah. Untuk jalan.
Guys, kalian demen bola? Nonton Premier League live di Premier.
Persaingan pemain
semakin ketat. Extended mini match, cuplikan lengkap untuk kamu yang ketinggalan. Video statistik
Cepet Beb, gerak no katanya.
Yuk kita duduk bareng sama
Suruh donat dulu gitu, Beb.
video out of the box.
obrolan eksklusif bersama pemain-pemain bintang jagoan. Sejuta aksi dalam satu aplikasi. Tonton Premier League
Dan kapan pun.
Jam 5.
Coba gimana?
tonton semua pertandingannya di video.
Gak usah malu-malu anjir.
Iya, Beb.
Gue ketemu sama lo lagi.
Kan udah sekian gua.
Tahu udah dijanjikan sepenyok lu. Tawar.
Jajan siapa? Ya, Bu. Mau bantu ya?
Baru aku syuting aja sama vlog.
Tadi ada Linkin Park ya, band pembukanya.
Lah iya ya, gua nggak nonton anjir.
Apa?
Linkin Park.
Udah di pause.
Kalau lu mau nangkep orang jahat,
Ah,
lu nggak bisa terus-terusan jadi orang baik.
Oh, yang nggak bisa ya?
Kenapa lo milih
Dari
kita
ulang,
bertiga?
itu
Gue sih nggak mau.
Sudah tuh lagi.
itu
Bebas lagi masuk urusan sama polisi.
Kalian kira kalian punya? Masih ada misi yang harus diselesaikan.
ya nggak bisa lagi
Fokus
lewat.
ke situ.
Tapi ntar bilang.
Mending kita
Bisa nggak ya?
balik aja mereka ke penjara.
Nggak bisa udah berarti nanti di sini aja pasti yang menit 45.
Tadi aja beda 5 menit kagak apa.
Ngaruh aja. Ada peduli juga sebenarnya.
Ngeri peduli juga. Gitu dong ntar paling protes.
Kalau final PSG versus udah ya saya.
Sama-sama menyerang itu nggak nahan doang.
Pemuda-pemuda lapar versus pemuda-pemuda lapar lagi. Ini kan PSG pemuda.
Iya.
Kalau maka
Mungkin tak punya mimpi.
Perut ya.
Benteng pertahanan Nerajuri
Ini rasanya
hancur lebur di
nonton
babak
final
pertama. Setelah tadi kita saksikan
netral.
bagaimana Desire Doe dan juga Ashraf Hakimi menyumbang masing-masing
Tahun kemarin nonton penyok doang.
Saat ini menunjuk 2-0
Tahun kemarin
atas
nonton
Lazio.
penyok doang
Rasanya ini
final.
sebuah kejutan. Kita
Lebih
dan juga
parah
Barca
lagi nih,
mungkin
nggak ada
berpikir
sekali.
PSG butuh lebih dari satu babak yang bisa menyertakan. Tapi ternyata hanya butuh 12 menit tadi.
Betul, dan yang menarik sebetulnya secara keseluruhan pertahanan internet cukup baik.
Lu mau
Iya,
tau nggak?
detil-detil di mana
Gue di
mereka
Premier
bikin
League itu
kesalahan,
suka
termasuk gol
Arsenal
pertama
lu.
lahir dari kegagalan skenario offside.
Dua-duanya
Ya, Di Marco lupa menarik diri menciptakan celah dan Desire Doe ini menjadi pemain yang saya rasa paling berbahaya di babak pertama.
Iya, jadi ketika
Di
pertahanan
dioper.
menunjukkan offside-nya gagal, semua pemain kayaknya
Di
salah
Marco-nya
posisi
kejauhan,
termasuk di Marco ya.
anjing.
Dan
Iya,
yang
ngambil
kedua
di situ
juga
ya.
kemudian juga menjadi
Di Marco.
pemantul bola tendangan dari Doe.
Iya, sehingga membuat gol kedua
Itu
dapat
katanya ini ya,
dari Paris Saint-Germain dan
pertama
tentu saja
kalinya
juga secara
ngancurin
tidak langsung
perangkap
menghantam
offside.
psikologis permainan dari internasional. Walaupun mereka sempat mendapatkan beberapa peluang dari situasi set piece.
Ini apa ada
Iya,
gini?
ketika Inter mendapatkan umpan dari
sepak bojok, umpan dari situasi tendangan bebas, Inter sangat berbahaya. Terlihat bagaimana mereka dominan dalam duel bola atas. Sayangnya memang tidak ada satupun yang bisa dimanfaatkan.
Ya, ada selisih 2 gol, mereka punya 45 menit secara cepat. Ini akan membicarakan soal perubahan. Jadi jangan kemana-mana pemirsa. Kami segera kembali.
Cakep tuh. Tadi tuh yang pemain PSG yang cewek tuh. Yang nomor 10 ya. Siapa sih namanya?
Ini cakep.
Sehat itu banyak cara.
Hah?
Indonesia.
You can
Kamu main ya? Dua tiga.
Yang cewek.
Oh, nggak tahu.
Rating healthy by AIA Vitality.
Oke, agak.
Speed lagi live nih di stadion.
Maksudnya nyari Ronaldo.
Guys,
dia ngangkat piala UCL lu. Iya, dia bilang nggak boleh. Dia bilang nggak boleh.
Lagi kamar mandi nih dia.
Siapa yang akan merebut gelar juara Premier League?
Kamu sini
Tonton semua pertandingannya di video.
Kamu punya kondom nggak?
Harus ya?
Harus.
Mbak, ada sutra 003 nggak?
Siapa ya? Kok enggak ada?
Nih.
Mukanya nggak sih?
Sekali coba Sutra 003.
Siapa ya? Lupa gitu.
Guys, kalian teman bola, nonton Premier League live video.
Persaingan papan atas semakin ketat. Extended mini match, cuplikan lengkap untuk kamu yang ketinggalan. Video statistik untuk pantau terus tim jagoanmu.
Yuk kita duduk bareng sama pemain-pemain jagoan lu di video ASRock.
Obrolan eksklusif bersama pemain-pemain bintang jagoan. Sejuta aksi dalam satu aplikasi. Tonton Premier League
dimanapun dan kapanpun.
Gimana?
Kevin de Bogor.
Kevin de Bogor.
Kamu punya kondom nggak?
Kamu ikannya?
Harus.
Yang dia
paling sana.
Yang dia collab sama Messi ya. Orang luar tuh yang mirip Messi.
Iya.
Dapat nggak?
Sama
Sekali coba Sutra 003.
Bang.
Dia masih sekolah kan baru lulus ya.
Selamat datang di satu aplikasi dengan sejuta aksi. Semakin lengkap dengan hadirnya pertempuran jet darat, Eredivisie dan Serie A, berisi pemain timnas Indonesia, melengkapi tayangan sepak bola di video, serta tayangan sports lainnya. Sports terlengkap ada di video.
Kamu punya kondom nggak?
Gitu, biasanya gua
Harus ya?
Harus.
Bukan, ada emang kayak gitu Pak Nobar.
Mbak, ada sutra 003.
Kalau di dalam malah nggak bisa tidur.
Iya, begini. Ini begini terus ketiduran.
003. Gak mau yang
Tadi kan aku kalau udah kayak gini nih.
Kalian teman bola,
Udah kayak banget tuh misalnya nggak bisa lepas dari HP. Itu
video.
kok pas udah
Persaingan papan atas
kenikmatan nih,
semakin ketat.
dipaksain bangun buat naruh HP di lantai.
Siapa yang akan merebut gelar juara Premier League?
Habis itu langsung lagi.
Tonton semua pertandingannya di video.
Kamu punya kondom nggak?
Tapi kadang gue pegangin dong si HP.
Mbak, ada sutra 003
Gue ini nggak bisa tidur kalau nggak ada suara.
Sekali coba Sutra 003. Gak mau yang lain.
Nyetel si Christopher Devin main Among Us. Partian dia seru soalnya Pompe main Among Us-nya.
Iya.
Video-video zaman dulu cuma dapat Pompe. Terus kemarin
Yang pas rame.
iya, terus kemarin gue dapat ini giveaway member. Nontonin dah yang iya, yang di member ini.
Atas internasionalis. Saya rasa ini menjadi pukulan telak pada para pemain internasionalis, di mana mereka harus segera keluar dari situasi yang mereka hadapi dan mengejar 2 gol dengan lari.
Here we go.
Sisi positifnya adalah di babak pertama Inter sebetulnya belum ada ancaman serius ya. Tidak ada satupun serangan Inter yang on target. Tapi ketika mereka punya momen situasi bola kaki atau bola-bola atas, mereka berbahaya. Jadi Inter punya modal di babak kedua untuk membalikan keadaan atau minimal mulai mencetak gol. Kalau bisa memanfaatkan kualitas mereka dalam duel bola.
Ya, perubahan itu harus segera dilakukan dan diambil tentunya oleh Simone Inzaghi. Sambil melihat bagaimana statistik tadi di 45 menit babak pertama.
Targibannya mana?
Yang lebih tinggi milik PSG dan juga attempts-nya 13 yang dilakukan oleh PSG tadi.
Iya, sementara Inter belum ada satupun yang on target ya.
Ya, sementara kalau kita lihat ini dia top 5 passing ya, VT-nya seperti yang disinggung oleh ternyata memang menjadi pemain dengan passing terbanyak.
44 passing dan 96% akurat.
Ya.
Kita lihat coverage area dari masing-masing pemain, kelihatan sebetulnya Inter ini bekerja keras karena tiga gelandangnya itu menempati posisi tinggi dalam hal coverage area.
Ya, dua pemain masing-masing dari PSG dan juga Inter yang menguasai area lapangan dengan lebih banyak adalah pemain tengah.
Iya.
Ya, memang ada pertarungan yang cukup sengit di sana.
Ada Calhanoglu, ada Mkhitaryan, ada Barella yang menempati posisi tinggi dalam hal coverage area. Artinya dalam pekan tengah Inter bekerja keras untuk mengimbangi permainan PSG.
Iya, apa yang akan dilakukan oleh Simone untuk
apa ya namanya ya? Eko.
selisih 2 gol bungkus nanti boleh dijawab. Jadi jangan
Misalnya kan ada LED ya, di situ nangkep sinar matahari.
Oh iya itu.
Panel surya. Juan Garcia ke Barca.
Here we go.
Kami butuh kiper.
What is the path to creating something iconic?
Sekolahnya 25 juta doang tuh, murah.
It's late nights and obsession with details.
Udah amat ah, udah gitu aja lah. Susah banget ganti-ganti.
Aku suka kakak. Aku suka aku sekarang. Cukup.
Assalamualaikum.
Mantap.
Jangan pernah gue ketemu sama lo lagi.
Kamu punya kondom nggak?
Harus ya?
Harus.
Mbak, ada sutra 003 nggak?
Dapat nggak?
Sekali coba sutra 003,
Kameranya biasa aja, tapi diproses itu. Diproses.
Kalau mau cepet ini ngeliat Bang.
Nih, ntar gua bedain sama kamera tetap.
Oh iya emang dikompres.
Oh gini ya? Ya.
Iya.
Nih. Ini kamera WhatsApp nih. Ini kamera itu. Kayak lebih tajam gitu jadi.
Yang kamera biasa kan?
Iya.
Iya. Soalnya kalau WA dikompres dia.
Jadi kecil.
Iya gitu. Kayaknya di settingannya sekarang dah. Kalau ngirim foto SD gitu.
Oh ya ada.
Kamu punya kondom nggak?
Harus ya?
Harus.
Mbak, ada sutra 003 nggak?
Dapat nggak?
Sekali coba sutra 003, nggak mau yang lain.
3.
Nggak akan ada perempuan lain di hidup aku.
2 menit, 30 menit.
Ini Snapdragon apa sih?
Ya nanti kamu. Tapi kebahagiaan aku
Ini
hanya sama kamu.
Snapdragon apa ya? Ada
Kalau kamu mau aku jadi kayak Lela, kamu kasih tahu aku harus gimana?
Iya.
Gak akan ada orang di dunia ini seperti Lela.
900.
Kamu berhak berduka, tapi aku berhak bahagia.
Helio G100 setara dengan segelas susu.
Bentar, lu mau tes nggak?
Sehat itu
Saya pas
banyak
tahu.
caranya.
Tes.
You can race,
Apa
you
lu
can
ya?
fast.
Lu,
Fighting healthy by AIA Vitality.
20 doang ada.
Ini kreteknya super. Jarum super espresso gold.
Kalau kulit yang begini jadi 40.
Ya. Ayo.
Ramah 720 dia cobaan aja.
Paris Saint-Germain superior di babak pertama dengan keunggulan 2-0. Kita menunggu apa yang akan menjadi reaksi dari Inter di 45 menit tersisa. Baiklah pemirsa, tanpa berlama-lama lagi kami akan langsung mengajak Anda menyaksikan jalannya babak kedua. Paris Saint-Germain berhadapan dengan Inter Nasional dari
720.
Selamat menyaksikan.
Kayaknya dah.
Dia enak layarnya 20 terus layar.
Iya.
Tapi di ML cuma sampai 90 doang.
This match is
90?
brought to you
Iya,
by
dibatasin.
Qatar Airways,
Iya.
UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
siap-siapin dia. Ntar nungguin aja ya, nungguin 19. Iya.
Welcome back to the Munich Arena, the UEFA Champions League final of 2025. Paris Saint-Germain leading Inter Milan by 2 goals.
Berubah.
Two
Iya.
goals scored in the
Kayaknya
first
kalau
20
video nggak ada.
minutes.
Yang HDA tuh biasanya.
Hakimi.
Gue kalau nonton movie star.
The 19-year-old adding the second after just 20 minutes.
Tapi ini link bola kayak ini tuh dari
Paling kuat ini.
paling dia pas nyari ketik RBTP doang.
Iya, hilang di searchingnya.
Kalau salah IP-nya ganti.
In to get the second half underway.
Lu nyari di mana?
Di Twitter ada akun gede gitu. Terus pas Indo rame ditutup. Pas timnas lagi rame tuh, kan di-streamingin dulu sama dia.
Real Madrid in 1962 and Milan in 2005. That sensational fixture against Liverpool, which they lost on penalties. Still he goes on. It was too easy for him. The Georgian international breaking forward quickly. And yet again, Don Goodman into slow off the mark.
Yeah, well, the other way round, really. PSG quick off the mark. Started the first half on the front foot very well, very quickly, and already back foot. But I just wondered whether Inter would stop doing this now, playing short from these goal kicks, because Paris Saint-Germain have really caused them problems whenever they've done that. You see there, they've just given the ball away almost instantaneously. So clearly, it's not something they're going to change, which really surprises me.
And that was pointed out to us at half-time. Then Inter have scored at least twice in all 6 knockout stage games so far this season.
Lagi.
Possibly do it again.
Nice. Sabar nggak sih bro? Gue kuning.
Brought down.
Kuning.
Nacho sliding in and getting it horribly wrong.
Well, the only danger PSG in the first half was from set pieces, 2 corners. They've got another opportunity here. Inter can they find a way of taking advantage of it. Need something. They need something quickly.
Benderanya strong.
Marco might fancy swinging this in left-footed. It's an awful area for Paris to try and defend. Estonian then. China has overcooked it.
Disappointed. He's got such quality.
Pas awal-awal ada yang nonton, pada banyak yang nonton nanti lewat.
Whether it's the occasion that has got to these Milan players, you can clearly see on his face, Simone Inzaghi, already the early stages of the second half, frustration.
Ada stres namanya.
Into faces showing disappointment. Gestures on Paris' side. Each of the previous 4 finals played in Munich have produced a first-time winner. Second European Cup final between teams from France and Italy. The first remains the only time a team from League A has lifted the trophy. Marseille beating Inter's neighbours AC Milan at the Olympiastadion. Has been put behind carelessly for a corner.
PSG have got to guard against this complacency here. That was very casual by Hakimi.
Just having a word with Turan. Cherby also in there. Big shot for a handball from Simone Inzaghi on the near side touchline. It will be checked by VAR, of course.
Udah Barella. Barelina Cappuccino.
Dulu siapa ya?
Certainly no handball from a defensive point of view there.
PSG. Nah, kalau kocak berarti lu doang sendiri.
PSG support making the noise, making a lot of noise. Another team about to get their hands on the trophy for the first time ever. That showdown hurt. The game continues.
Kenapa gitu sih?
Gimana sekalian?
Masuk
He's
sih.
got a second chance. Deflected over the top of the crossbar, was it?
He's given a goal kick. No deflection.
Ke PSG bagus ya.
He's just caught by a flailing arm then. Nuno Mendes doing his best to hold off the marauding Denzel Dumfries, the Dutch international.
Yeah, they need to see more of that, don't they? Into wing-back involvement in an attacking sense. Very, very little of it in the first half.
Things need to find far more creativity from midfield.
Iya. Ya PSG rata-rata tuh 27.
Sommer again put under
Begitu
pressure.
mulu anjir.
Put under pressure. Nuno Mendes.
Tuh, aduh.
Shot bisa.
Fabian Ruiz.
Masuk.
Just languid swipe at the ball. Rydan Ballet.
Well, it's a little bit better at the start of the second half, but having said all of that, most of the danger is happening at their defensive end. Well, they're trying to bend that, get the whip on the ball.
Tadi sebenarnya gua beli ini kenapa?
Dembele has had. Left out of the squad for the match day 2 defeated Arsenal at the start of October because of disciplinary reasons, but was at his best ever scoring season, and then Luis Enrique who's found the best role for him after those years at Barcelona, injury troubled years at Barcelona and Dortmund before that.
It's been a masterstroke, hasn't it, from Luis Enrique, moving Dembele from the wide areas more centrally. They helped to plug that 44-goal hole left by Kylian Mbappe's departure. Simply haven't missed him.
Double change is now imminent. Zalewski is ready to come on. Fus takes the tumble, anticipating the challenge from Kvaratskhelia. Change is going to be made. So Havard is being replaced by Jan Pisek. Anticipated that had he not got a knee issue, that Pisek would have been in the starting 11 ahead of Benjamin Pavard. And Federico Di Marco gives way. Zalewski, more forward thinking. Zalewski is on in his place. Donnarumma is left in a heap. Slowly muscling in. He's got behind for a corner kick.
It's a good delivery. Calls that collision between Donnarumma and possibly one of his defenders. Is it Marquinhos? It is. It's a clattering from his captain.
Kayak rotingan.
Change. Yeah. Into looking to apply pressure with this corner kick. creases in there. Donnarumma's flank that he's managed to get it away. Deflected away by Marquinhos. Drive from Barella is repelled. Slevsky just on, made his Champions League debut as a late substitute in the 2-1 quarter-final first leg win at Bayern at the start of April. Given away by Barella. Lautaro Martinez. Barella again. Slevsky. It's going to be a free kick. Slowly back on the pitch for more than 2 minutes. That is a yellow card.
Yeah, it's overly aggressive. Brilliant pocket by João Neves, and Ruiz just gets there first and he gets caught by Zalewski. Really complain about a yellow card for that.
Zalewski signed from Roma at the end of the January window. Polish international. The pole on the bench in Zielinski. Away by Bisek.
Still making those demands of his players. They've got to keep going, can't afford to switch off. Now into back in. They have top control here at the moment.
juga sempat.
Swoop showing that he's just as comfortable with his left foot as his right.
Bisa loh, kamu mana sih nggak kelihatan loh.
History giving away a lot of free kicks. Is it going to be produced?
Yeah, I think the fourth
of one of Simone Inzaghi's assistants.
Yeah, they're getting animated down on the bench. That's the problem, but here's the yellow card. It's Inzaghi himself.
He tried to leave the scene of the crime then.
He wanted a yellow card, and that's the reaction, look. Officials simply not going to take that reaction, nor should they.
What he will get from Istvan Kovac, the Romanian in charge of this. Record for the European Championship for most cautions in the game. When Tecgear faced Tecgear. First red card after 20 minutes. 16 yellows, 2 reds at the end. It's necessary to have. Bastoni with a long throw. Graceful by Barella. Closed down quickly.
That's exactly what the problem was for him. Fabian Ruiz out really, really quickly. Referee's going to have to work with Gianluigi Donnarumma.
Kayak seru gitu. Main sendiri.
Ngantuk.
Helped on again by Martinez. Usual sure-footed defending from Marquinhos. last year against Italy.
Players down, Bisek is one of them. PSG. Doué down at the other end, just got back up actually. What's going on out there? Has he pulled his hamstring?
Ya, ketarik ya. Udah ganti cuma Panco nggak bisa main. Ketarik itu udah lurus banget tenggulnya. Itu kalau ke depan itu dari lokasi.
Definitely holding that hamstring.
Stefan de Vrij, the Dutch international, is on the bench. The obvious change, but it's another defensive change, and Inter need goals quickly. They need to forge a chance quickly. Inter in retreat. Hakimi behind for a corner.
It's just brilliant football, isn't it? It's the energy, dynamism of these players. There's a skill. Doué sends Hakimi on his way.
The new Jogo
Strike that needs blocking by Ajazz.
Tapi dari Paris.
Palace want to get on with the game. Inter want to make another double change. They can't make it just yet. Simone Inzaghi was furious with his backup team that they weren't able to get the two players ready to make these changes. Matteo Darmian is coming on. Gusto is coming on. Forced to make way is Mkhitaryan.
Waktu itu dari jam itu jadi 2 menit. Coba.
Gue baru buka tadi, gue masih ngeliat football anjing.
Masuk ya.
Masuk kan, Cok.
So just one more change available now to Inter.
Tangan di football anjing.
Tadi masih ini nih, di sini nih. Di pemain gini nih. Tuh. Terus gue buka.
Coutinho.
Lihat tadi soalnya.
Dembele.
Cakep sih.
Coutinho on his way.
Udah.
Here's Doué looking for his second. Claiming his second. It's been a dream night for the 19-year-old.
Ini mana yang kiri, Nyok?
Dream night, a sensational year. Called up by France for the first time in March, and now lighting up Munich.
Habis berganti pemain aja football. Iya, beda lagi pasti skemanya.
It's been a dream night for everybody connected with Paris Saint-Germain because they're gonna,
2 gol 1
for the
asis.
first time in their history,
Dua final.
win the UEFA Champions League, and it's ruthless.
Bisa nih kayak inian.
Absolutely ruthless from PSG. I think me
Milan,
and several other
Liverpool.
people were a tiny bit surprised that Doué got the nod over Barcola, but how good a break is this? Instigated by Vitinho, finished by Doué. Very calm and
Ada power
composed,
itu
passes the ball. No chance for Son. What a night.
Padahal Barca tidak begini anjing. Nyamal pressing tapi semua bangsa.
They can't quite believe it. I don't think Desire Doué could
meriahkan kemarin.
The start of the Champions League game before
Kuning ya?
the start of October.
Itu PC kemarin nyaman musik kenapa begini doang masuk aja.
Terlalu meriahin. Kayak Arsenal ngalahin Madrid.
What a season he has had in the Champions League.
Butterfly effect.
He was entitled to a riotous celebration, one which has earned him a yellow card as a consequence. He's now on a hat-trick, of course.
Nah itu.
The more that Inter push forward, the more gaps are likely to be opened up for PSG.
Satu, no, back no.
Damian. Fries goes down. Wanted more towards the referee.
Drowned Evers it was just cracking him back a little bit. What a night this young man is having.
Gue mah takutnya ini Madrid lagi yang diserang. Saya dikatakan pasti.
Denied the opportunity to get that hat-trick. Having scored his 2 goals, 0-3 makes way. And what a reception he is getting.
May have been a tiny bit fortunate with the deflection, but there was no doubt how clinical and brilliant the second one was.
Woodley Bacola is on. Gathered by Donnarumma.
R2 tuh.
Season will end tonight for so many of these players.
Umpan putus asa.
FIFA World Club Cup. Later in June, the UEFA Nations League finals in Munich. Things being held in Stuttgart as well. Germany against Portugal here this week. Spain against France in the other semi-final. So no respite, no letter.
Lebih dulu PSG daripada
Aja cewek digoreng.
Iya pasti.
Padit lagi yang digoreng. Yang kalah siapa yang digoreng Madrid?
Offside. Keeping Inter back in their own half.
Luis Enrique's got on record as saying it's one of the proudest things that he feels for his team is playing now without the ball. Work ethic, particularly the forwards in closing down. Very, very different dynamic to when the superstars were around.
Marquinhos, survivor from that team, the team of Lionel Messi, Neymar, and
Seperti tadi yang tulisan PP pun seperti semua.
Fabian Ruiz evaded the challenge from Marcus Thuram. On the wrong side of Istvan Kovac, but that is going to be a yellow card.
There must be an enormous amount of frustration out there. He's late, you see, he just catches Ruiz.
Surat sekali. Pas tadi lagi makan nasi goreng.
This season, a team of goals and looking for more. Bacola just on as a substitute. Fabian Ruiz helped away, not too far. And that was a thumping hit from Bacola.
Kamu ditangkap tuh ya kan penjagaan
end of the pitch.
Ini mainnya dia switch sampai udah selesainya udah memang kalah tuh.
Is the latest to go off.
Sekali switchnya kamu.
It's a completely new midfield now, isn't it? For Inter. I think that is just an admission. The original midfield got completely overrun. Couldn't cope with the energy and the excellence of PSG.
Kovac has brought that back. The yellow card has been issued to Ajazz.
Padahal udah pakai sepatu yang sama pas lawan Barca.
Golnya lagi ketinggalan.
Golin terakhir dengan Kirby.
Exciting players in Europe. Fantastic close control and fantastic pace. If you happen to let that go. Clean through on goal and scoring beautifully. Magnificent. Inter again have no answer.
Kayak match biasa ya. Aduh, tadi kecil tak banget.
Opened up. Luis Enrique celebrates. What a night it has been for PSG.
Well, you have to feel for Inter, everybody connected with them because they're on the wrong end of a beating here by an incredible team that are delivering an almost perfect game of football in every conceivable way. And again, it's that dynamism, it's the pace in behind, and he delays that run to make sure that he stays onside. And can he stay calm at the moment?
Ngejar sekali itu lah, jatuh parah.
Again, a little bit like Doué, passes the ball into the corner. Yamsoma, no chance. What a night. What a night, and what a way to win the UEFA Champions League final.
Gattuso, fitting.
I think he's enjoyed it. Why wouldn't he?
There's been a transformation in the way PSG play with Luis Enrique in charge.
Maldini aja kalau dia udah sliding berarti dia salah
With
gitu.
silverware, they will
Segitunya
leave
nih.
with the UEFA Champions League trophy.
Udah salah.
It's going to be difficult for Inter at 2-0. It's impossible at 4-0.
Kemarin menang tuh.
Pas lawan Citi, kita BCL. Citi treble juga.
No team has won a Champions League final by a 4-goal margin since Milan beat Barcelona back in 1994. And PSG have blown the 150 mark for goals this season.
Lawan Liverpool. Tangan itu ya.
It's the pain. Painful way.
Malah kalah 3-1.
The biggest final.
Varela. Away from the first challenge. He can't create the opening. It's a magnificent save by Donnarumma. Donnarumma's had nothing to do all evening, but he sprung low to his left then to keep out the shot and to frustrate Marcus Thuram. Nothing is going their way.
No, and it has been a night where PSG haven't really needed the big goalkeeper. Couldn't say that about certain periods of the round of 16, the quarter and the semi-final. He was magnificent in all those games, but though it's 4-0, he'll be keen to keep a clean sheet.
Eager to keep a clean sheet, and this PSG keen to claim a fifth goal.
Kemarin yang apa?
4-0 score in 4 finals.
Langsung pada pulang ke.
Back in 1960, that's Madrid came against Eintracht Frankfurt, which was a 7-3, and the tears very, very real. Inter and their supporters came here with great belief. It's ended in tears. Aslani with a corner kick. Wouldn't fall for Lautaro Martinez. Another corner. Inter have had to run further. They've suffered more. Easily gathered by Donnarumma.
You wonder what's in store with this Inter team. It likely will be disbanded. Any changes in the summer, and it's going to be a long, painful summer.
Painful pass from Nuno Mendes, who stuck his foot in the turf then as he tried to deliver the crossfield pass. He's got some defending to do. Acer. Zalewski offside.
Ini dia.
Surprised that Nuno Mendes is going off. Here comes Lucas Hernandez, who spent 4 years with Bayern in Munich. Was at Bayern when they defeated PSG in the final in 2020. Didn't get on the pitch on that occasion. His brother Theo was in Italy at Milan. Racola. Getting back to hold off Dumfries. Look at the reaction.
He sprinted 60, 70 yards to get back at Denzel Dumfries, and that's what I was talking about. Luis Enrique's pride that he takes in coaching this team to have that amount of commitment. He's currently clapping his right winger, his left winger. They have demoralised Inter Milan.
Has spoken about mindset change since Luis Enrique took over. It's a team with energy. Belly having his best ever scoring season. Kvaratskhelia. He's almost in again. They were sliding in to get the ball away.
Latihan.
Latihan sama tim sendiri. Tapi padahal si Sommer tuh mantan dia kan.
coming up again for PSG. Goal now. He's done that beautifully. And he's driven that into the side netting. Those on the far side of the stadium thought he was in. It should have been.
His teammates stood here because this probably would have been the best goal of the night. Wonderful skill. Couldn't find the finish.
Ini pas awal stream banyak yang nonton, ada apa? Beberapa.
Marquinhos.
Ini lagi nyari link nih.
Coutinho. Another of PSG's new generation, their young generation, 22-year-old. Sekalian managed to keep the ball in play. Some nimble footwork. Good shot again by Luis Enrique. It's a real statement for the rest of Europe.
It is. This has been an incredible performance. Said almost perfection.
Early rounds of qualifying for next season's UEFA Champions League beginning in less than a couple of weeks. Friendly rounds that won't involve the likes of PSG and Inter. Serious business will start again in September. Prize of all A. Only at the stage where we start to count up the passes.
Been on the receiving end of similar. It's painful.
Chance to go for goal himself. Sentinel was in the better position, but as a striker, he would only have the goal in his sights. And now Luis Enrique with the luxury of making a triple change. Kvaratskhelia is making way, having scored a beautiful goal to make it 4-0. Gonzalo Ramos is coming on. Goes Fabian Ruiz. Emery is on. Mayulu is coming on. Jean is making way.
Wahyu anjing. Buka ya.
Arsenal of the Premier League played games in the Champions League without winning the trophy. At one time must have despaired of doing it themselves.
Ini aku kita gue beli yang kecil. Bener.
Duran. And again we're slipping away from them into going with Turan and Martinez not changing either of two central attacking strikers.
Makan gorengan dan kita tidur.
Udah gitu ya, nggak ada kanan aja.
Lebih berapa kali doang tadi?
This PSG team dropping even further with the introduction of Zaire Emery, Hakimi, Makola. And again by Makola.
Wow. Gila.
It's been a 5-star show. Mayoon just off the bench.
Ngapain ini?
There's been a
Bener kan tadi?
sensational
Belum,
performance.
langsung aja. Iya.
PSG will deservedly be UEFA Champions League winners of 2025.
Soalnya sebenarnya dia kasih peluitnya. Dia usah main dah.
He's been on the pitch just 3 minutes. Lit up Munich with his contribution.
Kalau Barca itu itu raja terakhir di usia kali ini sekarang. Beda 2 menit. Beda 2 menit sama final. Lebih udah.
They're helpless. Jan Sommer, I mean, what a performance. What a team. And you spoke about the rest of Europe.
Gitu aja karena udah menang.
They should be because this is a young team.
Defender mau masukin Lewandowski.
Quite a few years
Piala Dunia PSG masuk kan? Piala Dunia.
All PSG have to do is keep them together, and there's no reason why they can't. The pain, the ecstasy, what they've been waiting for.
Ini Barca kalau udah ketinggalan 3-4
Think of the last team to score in the final beating Real Madrid 5-3 back in 1962.
Udah lah, tahun depan lah tulis aja langsung Barcelona sampai.
Who scored as a substitute in a 7-0 win over Brest in the knockout round playoff.
Main pengganti 2 gol.
It was just 18 years and 278 days then to become the club's youngest scorer in a Champions League knockout stage fixture.
Udah nggak mungkin.
Who'd broken the record earlier in the fixture.
Thanks for that, pal.
Yang bikin Piala ini yang abang-abang
Calculator out yet to work out what the average on the pitch is.
Iya, Persija warnain
into and still 90 seconds and more to do yet more damage. This winning margin in the European Cup final.
buang.
3 kali anjing.
Very easily have been more.
Kalah di final lawan Milan. Tempat ini semifinal
The
kalah.
team have just
Ini
right from the
kalah.
first whistle.
Ini betul, Inter.
They have not been able to cope. Saw the tears of
juara
agony.
dan
Seeing tears of joy here now.
Ke bawah. Ini siapa pemain Iran nih?
Different emotions, different expressions.
Iran apa Iran?
One half of this arena quiet. The other half, the PSG half, singing Campeones. They are champions.
Kayak nggak mau main. 6 nih, 6.
Might not have finished yet.
Iya, Mahdi Taremi.
Makola.
Taremi ini kan
Still
striker
hunting
dia.
for a goal.
Strategi itu.
Vitinha.
Ini Martinez AFK kan?
Tahu aja
Jadi Cila Utara.
Referee might just revisit that, and he is. Card is going to be produced here for
Apa ya kalau jadi nama Cinanya Martinez?
tactical foul.
Kenapa dia?
Referee has no choice
Buset nih.
to give a yellow card for that.
Gambik begini, Madrid musim depan bisa kayak gini juga.
And the ball will tell you
Nggak dikasih tambahan waktu ya?
a UEFA
Udah ini
Champions
bisa
League winners
dong.
of 2025. Look at Marquinhos, who has been a beaten finalist with PSG back in 2020. But the French champions have got their hands on the trophy for the first time ever. Luis Enrique's done it before with Barcelona.
Akhirnya Donnarumma.
Brought to you by Follow Scores, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
PSG ada sering. Madrid enggak. Nyok, ya ini. Nyok. Itu mah.
Jam 5. Ini ternyata itu Nyok, dulunya Nyok. Jam 5.
Ternyata kita selama ini meramalkan.
Pagi ini sejarah mencatat ada tim ke-24 yang mampu menjadi raja dari Liga Champions. Paris Saint-Germain mengunci gelar perdananya setelah penantian yang sangat panjang menjadi raja Eropa di bawah komando Luis Enrique. Mereka bukan sekedar menang, tapi benar-benar berprestasi
di mana?
menaklukkan internasional dengan skor telak 5-2.
Ya, ini sebuah kemenangan yang luar biasa karena Inter adalah salah satu tim dengan pertahanan yang sangat kuat selama musim ini. Tapi hari ini PSG menang dengan selisih gol terbesar dalam sejarah Liga Champions. Karena sebelumnya pernah ada final di mana skornya berakhir dengan 4-0 ketika Milan mengalahkan Barcelona, ketika Milan mengalahkan Steaua Bukarest. Dan pernah juga Madrid menang 7-3 waktu mengalahkan Eintracht Frankfurt tahun 59-60. Tapi kali ini selisihnya 5 gol di final. Ini terbesar dalam sejarah.
Ya, hari yang sangat spesial tentunya untuk Paris Saint-Germain. Hari yang spesial untuk Luis Enrique karena ia menjadi pelatih yang sukses untuk menjuarai Liga Champions dengan 2 klub berbeda, mensejajarkan dirinya dengan nama-nama hebat lainnya di dunia kepelatihan. Luar biasa bagaimana sepak bola menyerang tampaknya keluar menjadi pemenang menghadapi sepak bola pragmatis.
Hari ini hal yang menjadi sulit bagi Inter adalah ketika mereka bermain dengan strategi seperti biasa, menunggu di pertahanan, bertahan, kemudian serangan balik, tapi kebobolan terlalu cepat di menit ke-12. Dan ketika mereka mencoba keluar, mereka kebobolan lagi gol kedua. Dan ketika mereka gagal mencetak gol di akhir babak pertama, maka situasi menjadi sulit ketika mereka memulai babak kedua.
Ya, kita lihat selebrasi tentu saja dilakukan agak sedikit kontras dengan situasi di Internazionale. Ada rasa kecewa anti klimaks dalam penampilan mereka yang sebenarnya sangat istimewa sejak dimulainya musim ini, tapi berakhir dengan hasil yang cukup pahit karena PSG benar-benar superior di partai final ini. Kita lihat ya, ini sangat berbeda tentunya.
Barca tolong kalah sama tim begini.
2 final dari 3 musim menunjukkan bahwa mereka layak sebenarnya untuk mendapatkan gelar juara, tapi result itu belum berpihak pada Inter.
Iya, hari ini Enrique betul-betul berhasil memaksimalkan kecepatan pemain-pemain miliknya ya. Pemain-pemain yang punya kecepatan, yang punya keberanian, menaklukkan back-back lawan, duet, kemudian di sebelumnya ada Barcola juga, bahkan Mayuli yang juga akhirnya masuk di akhir babak kedua juga mampu membuat situasi yang menjadi semakin sulit bagi pertahanan Inter. Jadi hari ini yang tidak bisa diimbangi Inter adalah kecepatan pemain-pemain PSG.
Kemarin kita ngomongin jam 5
pertahanan berlapis dari yang betul-betul sulit untuk keluar dari tekanan.
Ya, energi muda yang dihadirkan oleh Luis Enrique pada skuad Paris Saint-Germain di musim ini menjadi salah satu senjata baginya untuk bisa memenangkan Liga Champions. Kita tahu sejak babak knockout Paris Saint-Germain memiliki rata-rata pemain termuda dibandingkan kontestan lainnya dengan rata-rata usia 23 tahun dan energi yang kemudian menghadirkan sebuah ledakan permainan.
Berhasil lagi sama anaknya
Enrique yang dihadirkan oleh Les Parisiens untuk bisa mengunci gelar perdana. Selalu ada yang pertama untuk setiap hal dan pagi ini kita melihat Paris Saint-Germain melakukan itu.
Iya, dan Munson tampaknya menjadi tempat yang akrab dengan hal pertama tadi. 4 kali mereka menggelar final selalu melahirkan juara baru. Terakhir adalah Chelsea ya yang melakukan itu ya.
Ya udah.
Udah itu streamingnya. Udah nggak bakal. Barca tolong kalah sama tim beginian. Sumpah.
Gua coba Movistar dulu, Movistar.
Di mana?
Itu kanan yang bawah.
Movistar.
Where's Martinez? He's putting a really good shit.
Oh!
Enough!
Coach! Coach!
Talking about French legends.
A little word
fantastic demonstration tonight, but the difference between the
Henry.
Iya, senangnya sama anak buahnya.
the way they played, maybe they made it even easier easier for them.
Boss, are you happy?
I'm happy, of course.
Berapa?
Well, you know,
juara. Dia
Boss, it's just a question, isn't it? I'm not sitting you.
Of course.
Me too, I'm happy. Very happy.
You work a lot for French football and you see the result.
Tapi dia lucu lu.
Can I just shake your hand, please?
Kalau lagi nian.
Lah, habis juga dia.
Udah habis ya.
Emang iya? Coba dikasih itu biasanya.
Hah?
Coba. Kalau lagi sih. Kalau aktualnya nggak bisa ya?
Spurs Martinez, we put in a really good shift.
Satu-satu linknya hilang.
Talking
Ya,
about
Kak,
French
A little word.
Ini udah diulang kan bunyinya kayak tadi.
Iya, bunyinya kayak tadi.
The demonstrations tonight, but the difference between the teams was too big. And on top of that, Inter, the way they played, maybe they made it even easier for them.
Boss, are you happy?
I'm happy.
Kvara, he joined the side in January. How
Question, boss, it's just a question, isn't it? I'm not sitting you.
Of course.
By the way, I know some people maybe Napoli might not like that, but he won the quadruple.
Yeah.
He won the quadruple. He has that on his CV that week.
Buru nggak pemainnya.
Gonna have to stop. Say hi to the big man.
Usman Dembele is joining us here at the desk.
Is it about play?
Sama, Cok. Sama ya, Kak?
Emang di sana ada Wingsfoot?
Raffi pun tertawa.
Ya kan dia Wingsfoot kan?
Aku tertawa.
Bisa jadi sponsor.
Matiin ya, matiin nggak?
Yes.
Closingan sih, Pip. Closingan.
Berapa skornya?
Nah, 5-0.
5-0. Siapa yang menang?
Nah, PSG udah.
PSG udah.